Hello there. So yeah, I hosted a barely organized event with nearly 100 Minecraft players on a Earth sorry about that. We are not doing that. I am not a sellout. Yet. Anyways, I decided to host a Minecraft Earth event in my Discord server because I got a little interested with world history and thought, why not recreate it in Minecraft? After all of the games that you can do it. Anyways, I also want to roleplay as God.
Do it again, Jeffrey's basketball.
Isn't that too much to ask, just watching a civilization rise and fall into your very eye? And I also tried to make it follow world history as intended, but not that accurately, just in progression phases. So please subscribe for more RP stuff and more Minecraft kerfuffle crimes.
Hindi bininging, hindi bini.
So far so good, everything's off to a smooth start and everyone is minding their own business. Get it? Because it's Minecraft. Yeah. Anyways, I also let people teleport into their designated location on which region will they want to roleplay. But right now there isn't any nations popping up now. Civilizations spawn now with the creation of Thailand, North Korea, and Afghanistan, which are very interesting nations to start with. Anyways, I threatened someone to be teleported to France, but since I'm not a bad person, and that joke is a little bit too far, I teleported him to Germany instead, which transitions towards the creation of Bedlin. Because I accidentally gave that person 64 beds and now it's a religion thing which also formed into a holy bed empire. Anyway, Philippines is born which Afghanistan didn't like because the Philippine leader has a femboy skin which tensions arise. But disclaimer, no future conflict happened between these two nations. But I got a little bored and just AFK'd for a while.
2 hours later.
After AFKing, this is what the map situation looks like, and also more diplomacy is happening. Hungary and Lithuania are talking about forming an alliance as they have positive relations. Poland wants to join in, but Hungary and Lithuania are very skeptical about Poland joining since he has some radical thoughts and ideals. So Hungary and Lithuania denounces Poland like a true Civilization 6 gesture. So far so good, everyone is now in Iron Gear, forming nations in the old world and doing diplomacy, which lead us towards Hungary has now plans of redoing the Treaty of Trianon, which so far has the biggest claims in week 1. Meanwhile, in the north, Norway exists now, but I don't think he'll like it when he just settled first in Denmark though. Anyways, I'm kinda amazed that North Korea is prospering more than the rest of the world. The Hermit Kingdom is probably being presented in this Minecraft world like in real life. Anyways, new nations pop up such as Iraq and gave him like an anti-depression syringe because being brave enough to settle in the harsh and barren environment of a wasteland. It's like giving Doritos into a caveman. The extra spicy ones, of course. New nations have been created such as Antarctica, India, and Lebanon. With this, the leader of Iraq created the Arabic Economic Pact as its members are India, Syria, and Iraq in order to secure trade and economy. Anyways, back to the World War generators, I mean Europe. Hungary has now claimed Slovakia, some parts of Austria, the Carpato-Ukraine, and
Vojvodina.
for me this feels like an Hoi 4 roleplay. No one really is stopping Hungary since everyone is just busy on their focuses on their own nations. North Korea have now developed turrets in their borders, which is very accurate in our real life North Korea, and developed its first citizen. He also gave me an Oxidol because he wants a witch, so I just gave it to him, which is a fair trade. Gonna use this little guy for later. Now I understand why he wanted it so badly. Meanwhile, in the Americas, the forming of Massachusetts, which I think is now being forced to worship our admin named Sturgeon in a gunpoint way. Anyways, back in Iraq, which is an interesting nation for me, is now seeking power and glory as it has created many alliances and positive relationships around the world, which I just give him the Oxidol for good luck, and I got change of heart and not sacrificing the Oxidol and hoping he sacrificed it, which is brilliant, which I won't feel guilty. Anyways, so far so good, everyone is in peaceful terms, which we can move towards another age.
I'm diamonds.
With this, there are many advancements, such as in Iraq with its new first mega weapon, the laser cannon, but cannot afford the ammo yet. Looks like North Korea got some competition to catch up, I guess. Anyways, with these advancements, the Arabic Economic Pact broke up because of power struggle, which they debate that who is the rightful caliphate, which meaning was causing tensions around the Middle East.
That man's an imposter. That man is the imposter.
When did ever peace occur in the Middle East? Anyways, the first tensions happened as Syria made outposts near the Iraq-claimed territories. While being both online, they haven't really killed each other yet since PvP is off for the first week. My bad, this could be content. But anyways, these borders will be here very stagnant for the upcoming weeks. But anyways, there was a guy that's going to roleplay as Macedonia before to conquer the Middle East and for, you know, funny world tensions, but decided to join forces with Iraq instead. But only to promise the Macedonian guy to be the first consul, which he got. And so the Roman Mesopotamian Caliphate was born. This is kinda cursed, kinda turning it to very accurate towards our real world, right? With conflicts and stuff, Iraq decided to make a mimic of Rome and now claim Constantinople, Baghdad, and Rome to be their primary cores, and also has 3 consuls, which so far has the most advanced government in the server, which is kinda cool. But remember, these are just claims, and they're still living in the Middle East, no proper settlements yet. So here's the map progression in just 4 days, not bad. More nations have spawned, people have now access to guns and cool structures, which is questionable though. Mesopotamia Rome has now settled towards Constantinople, and they're making their own city there, which is kinda cool, which includes the Church of Sturgeon. One of our mods, I think this guy is abusing his power. Anyways, back in the south, Antarctica proclaimed his heavenly kingdom, which making himself a monarch. So I just gave him some cure for depression, whatever you want to call it, to probably resist the cold environment here in this continent. Yeah, we're pretty chill like that. Anyways, as I was visiting random nations and towns, I just stumbled upon again on Massachusetts, which firstly I visited there. They're just a sweet little hamlet, but oh my gosh, they improve, which they have a flag now and modern subdivisions. I think they have a great start since they are far away from tensions happening in the old world. Speaking of tensions, Hungary and the Mesopotamian Rome has formed negative relations with them by arguing all the time, but this isn't their real problem. It's the mobs. I remember that mobs, I mean barbarians, can also advance every now and then. Well, because I installed a plugin. Like for example, this skeleton is holding a sword. They can't do that. He's probably going to like Castle Raid. Yeah, only boomers like me get the funny reference. Anyways, the Antarctic King has started its neutrality and wanna explore around the world, starting from the Americas, which is kinda cool. He's like going to be a Marco Polo RP in this server. Since this, I just got bored and just bombed primitive villages. That's kinda funny. At this point, I'm losing my mental state. Wow, this guy is sleeping peacefully. Wow. How are you alive? Okay, never mind, there we go. Anyways, back to the Roman/Mesopotamian hybrid. With their early success of getting Constantinople a settlement, threatening Europe to be invaded, and also the 3 consuls agreeing towards their claimed lands, it collapsed. Yeah, just like that. They split it up and parted ways. But Iraq made some unexpected remarks. A good diplomatic relationship with Hungary as to heal the scars that the old Roman Mesopotamian hybrid thing did towards them. Cool. I don't know if this is a strategy, but wow, the ancient era is a diplomatic era. Look, they're even walking together in the Iraqi desert. What a peaceful era. Soon it'll change. I kinda like to imagine they're holding hands. Anyways, here's the map situation again. After that, Europe and Middle East events. Florida exists now, and also KFC is now formed in New Zealand and planning to start a corporate ideology. And Panama is owned by the Antarcticans now. And I hope the American nations don't take it seriously. Back in Europe, England was formed, which is made by a chaotic admin called the Barbaric Britons. It was for an event to invade the palace, which is the Buckingham Palace, which 4 nations only participated: Hungary, Iraq, Bedlin, and North Korea. Terrible place if you're English. Anyways, as they stormed the capital of the barbaric Britons, there are many deaths, complaints, denouncing the Stir religion for its unorganized event, and some OP mobs, but burning the Buckingham Palace was great though in the event. So I did an improvised event in the same region which protecting this villager, which they immediately killed. Summoned another one and started an English invasion to kick the International Alliance, which drives them insane. And probably listen to them, subscribe I guess. But they succeed. 55 days at picking event. But anyways, as for prize for completing it, I gave them more block chunks to claim more territories and have the rights to split England. But the only people interested in it was just Hungary. No more. They just quit England and do their own thing.
Always look on the light side of life.
Seems so far everyone is having their focuses successfully completed. Well, except the Roman Desire. It failed. Because as one death ruined everything. The only top nations I saw are these nations, which are prospering societies, until I saw like a gray, like a blob in the middle of Europe called the Greater German Empire. Which in just a span of 2 days, they outsized the Holy Bed Empire, which caused tensions between Iraq that sees this as a threat, which Iraq is also claiming to be the greatest empire in the server because of their recent expansionism, like claiming the southern part of Iraq and the Suez Canal, and even the greatest island in the world, Jan Mayen. Anyways, Greater German Empire is grinding fast like they're getting ready for a war. Anyways, with tensions growing, it's still questionable why is Massachusetts is making an outpost in North Africa. This is just reverse colonization. Yeah, with couple of hours, Iraq is now denouncing Greater Germany as they are trash talking in chat, average Discord beep, and flexing their technology and fast economies to each other. Bedlin and Hungary doesn't care if a new giant powerhouse just spawned in their borders until an attempt assassination of a dog, which Hungary blamed the new German state, which is a hit the target mission, causing Hungary and Iraq's bromance really real.
We're in. Good. Let's shake hands like tough guys. Some of your sweat went in my mouth.
And created an alliance called the OnlyFans Nations. I mean the organization of free nations, which close to NATO. This new alliance goal is to protect other sovereign nations who are getting threatened, especially Bedlin, which they think are under threat by the Greater German Empire. But the leader of Bedlin is said to be negotiating with Greater Germany, as the Greater Germany doesn't even show signs of diplomacy. They're just grinding till their best since they are felt threatened by the OFN. I'm seriously getting edge of how many tensions happening in the world, and I hope this doesn't lead to nothing. But I'm sure this is it. As the OFN has been created, both parties grinded and became more stronger than before. With these tensions and updates, we just reached the whole week 1 phase. Now let's go towards. I will call this the Age of Discovery, where everyone will discover new lands and claim them, I guess. Anyways, I started the plague around the world, but then got a lot of casualties, like in North Korea, like he's dying every second. So I have to remove it. It's just really bad mechanic. Anyways, I also gave buffs towards other nations that was great diplomatically and great cultured, like North Korea being the first ever industrial state, and also Iraq forming a great alliance called OFN, Greater Germany with its massive population, and Antarctica for staying neutral. A lot. Anyways, here's the whole map of the world. New nations pop up and also territorial claims. Let's get back towards the OFN and Greater Germany crisis. So far, Germany recreated its modern borders like in real life, but the only thing stopping their expansion is Bedlin, which hasn't formed much, which is just stagnant there. I kinda expect them to colonize, but this is probably the equivalent towards the 7 Years' War and 30 Years' War combined. Anyways, as you can see, tensions has been rising. It started in a simple like tons, but now Germany gained more people. A new Russia existing, having positive relations with the Germans and possibly an alliance, and the invasion of Cyprus, technically just keeping Cyprus in a chest, which he did for 2 hours. I wanna count this like a proxy war or something. Now for the funny part. Some call it the Battle of Berlin, or War of Humiliation, but 2 hours war has a ring to it. Anyways, it has now started. The OFN declared war towards the Greater Germany, as the OFN has military rights towards Berlin. By the way, the Holy Bed Empire and the OFN isn't even allies. OFN just felt threatened towards the Greater Germans, as they might start a war with Berlin. Anyways, they quickly assaulted Berlin with their newly discovered technologies such as CAS, aka Elytras, which Massachusetts the first one to discover it. With this, they tried an assault in the no man's land, where they tried to use their guns, which kinda defective. But the OFN got many kills anyways in their first rounds, as they started to infiltrate towards Berlin with little skirmishes on their streets, as the Germans tried to defend fairly. But OFN's luck soon runs out, as the Germans' tower saved them. The OFN soldiers tried to retreat from the assault, as the Greater Germans developed like 5+ bonus on defense. The second battle emerges as the OFN quickly died, losing equipment and also morale, as Germany got the most kills with their high strong defense of walls and the tower. The OFN proposed peace and stopped the assault, causing them to lose the war. The Holy Bed Empire just let themselves be gobbled up by Germany, which the OFN lost its purpose to exist and disbanded, causing a new era to emerge. The Germans have now captured Berlin and immediately mined resources there, giving them tons of iron and raw materials. With this, a new era emerges, as the Germans became the first ever superpower. With the loss of morale of OFN literally killing themselves, they disbanded and go through their different ways, making Germany acquire more land, improve economy, and gaining the whole of Germany. And also that Marco Polo guy has now arrived in Germany, and the Germans gave him a nicely welcome by making him fall to the hole. With this, a Great Depression occurred in Iraq, as the leader deleted its whole nation, which all its achievements and goals all died out. The leader of Iraq transformed into Roma Republic. Not that Rome Republic, but this Roma Republic. Yeah, kinda disappointing. For Hungary, to avoid future wars, it decided to transform into a communist state and deciding to turn into a neutral nation, making the Polish player disappointed. Couple of days, Germany took more land because no one could stop them, taking France, even taking Poland, literally half of Europe. Not sure what ideology they are, but I'm guessing they're mimicking the German Empire. Just ignore the Heils and stuff, I guess. With this, Germany also got acquired its colonial status around the world by creating outposts and towns there. Since week 3 is almost here, I have made a slight update if they overextended their colonies or outposts without the support of structures or farms. I'll give it to villagers. Yep, greedy mobs. So far, after that war, there are no conflicts, everyone is neutral. But recently in Hungary, villagers want their king back, totally not involved on making it. Hungary developed its first modern planes, not Elytras. The leader tested it and traveled around the world. And also, Hungary has the best research focus on the server, with tons of advancements even from the beginning. But the Germans kinda outrank Hungary, as they have more technological and scientific stuff happening in their lands. And also, their army is more stronger than before and wanted to start another conflict. But not to themselves, they wanna make others fight each other. With new technology such as planes and 1K chunk claims, the world will be very different, as the start of new tensions came with Massachusetts doing a manifest destiny route by annexing all of North America. This is the map situation right now, as Hungary has now access towards the Mediterranean seas, Germany expanding their claim, and Massachusetts probably claiming to be the United States, and Cambia still being Cambia. They've been neutral for too long. I also instated an English villager king and nation which wanted to conquer America, but it got brutally assassinated by an American. Classic. Anyways, Germany illegally conquered the English villagers and will now be in German occupation without any resistance. Their excuse was they felt threatened over the United States' existence and their manifest destiny. And this is the new map situation again, just a couple of hours. With this, oh my god, what the hell? Germany captured Italy? They must be really threatened towards America, huh? They could just call themselves the EU at this point. Anyways, new updates as the server will die in 11 days. Since the manifest destiny, Germany taking over Europe, and almost the end of the event, Germany have made a serious demand towards the whole world, which probably will lower their prestige though, like bullying the newly created nation called Atlantis, which is refugee of the Iraq nation. His downfall will not go in vain. After that bullying and probably humiliating Atlantis, they got towards Hungary, which Hungary annexing North Greece and the Balkans, which the creation of the Union of the Balkan Socialist Republics. The Germans wanted to exploit this by starting another conflict and sieging its capital. They really go towards the ex-members of the OFN, which of course Germany won and just humiliated them. But Hungary's spirit is still up. With this, I decided to make a deal with the Earth Peeps by making another great war, starting by giving them a 5-day grace period, which they kinda agreed to it. Anyways, lore time! I heard a story in Berlin about the holy pig murdered by a guy named Non-Quartz, who was an ex-Berlin citizen, which is now in exile on Yemen. He's pretty much getting guarded by the Germans, doing hard labor and mining for the rest of his life until this SMP die. Like me, mining for the rest of my life in this YouTube tragedy. Anyway, speaking of the Germans, they achieved pretty much everything in the SMP, like an end farm, massive lands around the world with their colonial builds, and having more enemies than everyone. No one can really stop them unless there was no war.
No one was
Everyone
playing
was
in the
inactive. But anyways, here's the map. As you can see, the only successors here are the Hungarian Socialist Republics, Greater Germany, and the United States. So go play any strategy game and roleplay as them, I guess. Well, it's not over yet, as me and my mods will rate the nations existing in the world to determine who is going to be the winner. We will rate them in the categories of having large territories, having the best technologies, population, and culture. We were supposed to be like 3 judges, but the other guy needs to sleep for school. What a nerd. But yes, still, here's some footage. So this is Cambodia. 146. Failed state. Let's go. Failed state. Crown jewel of the event. Berlin. I forgot this nation exists. Do you agree this is like your church? Wait, where's your church? There you go. Do you agree this is your church? Blasphemy. An insult. Now here are the results of the winners. I hope you're rooting for someone here in this Minecraft video that I created. I am not really wise about my career choices. Anyways, in domination victory, obviously Germany won from probably conquering the world. If only we have like another 2 months, they probably annex the entire Earth. Structural victory, it's the Americans since they have the best structures in the event. Also, the best structures on making their borders, which is kind of cool. Technological victory is Hungary, since they developed the caste system first and got the first ever plane. Yeah, cultural victory is Germany again, has rich cultures by having a museum and even an idol, a pig, and also great population. Iraq could be in this section but got deleted. And lastly is diplomatic victory, which is Germany and Antarctica, which is our tie. Both nations have good and bad intentions. Yeah, Iraq could be here, but nah, he deleted OFN and his nation, so shame to that. Moral of the story is I'm a boring guy. No, we will not do that again. Anyways, don't ever underestimate your enemies, or it'll come back to bite you, or something. I'm looking at you, OFN. You guys got a good thing going on there. I can't believe this is all started because of my Flash Give bed accident mistake that started the whole war and the rise of Germany. But yeah, anyway, subscribe and like the video because I made bad career choices and losing motivation. I'm not begging, convincing you. Please be convinced, okay? Here's the end screen now for the funny.